mothers and fathers, we need to have a conversation about the LGBTQ community and our own children. Hello, friends. Welcome once again to Look and Live. My name is Pastor James Devalan. I just want to welcome you for being here. The reason I wanted to have this conversation is because recently on the side action, it was reported internet reacts to Dwayne Wade's trans daughter kissing trans boyfriend. Now, this is a significant thing here. Get this idea, right? Dwayne Wade does have a son who is now identified as a girl. Now she supposedly has a trans boyfriend. So in other words, they just flip their gender and now they're all together. So what's happening here among our young people? I know it must be very difficult for Dwayne Wade. Neither am I making excuses or anything like that. But as a father of two boys and two other stepchildren, most fathers love their children. This is something that's very difficult for any father to go through. His or her name is Zaire or Zaya, identify as females. Rumors on social media that Zaya has a boyfriend began to surface over the weekend. It was confirmed when pictures of them kissing and posted onto social media, and the teenage boy appeared to be transgender too. So this is the picture that has been posted here. I don't want to read too many people's comments here. I'm not here to defame Dwayne Wade nor his family, but it's a reality. So I went on the Twitter page to find out whether these things are so, and it is actually confirmed. It is a reality. So what do we do about this? I think Dwayne Wade and his wife, they failed their son. I'll explain to you what I mean by that in a moment. They failed their son. In the process of loving and caring, sometimes as parents we fail our children. I'm going to explain to you what I mean in a few minutes here. When you look at what's happening in the LGBT community and how it is growing, I went to the Statista.com. It's been said in the Statista.com that in 2020, 5.6% of adult surveys in the United States stated that they identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender LGBT. This is an increase from 2012 by 3.5% of survey adults identify as LGBT. So in other words, what's happening here, friends, this is becoming a norm, even among the youth as well. It is booming. It is growing. The community, the LGBT community, is converting a lot of people, okay? People are becoming more accepting of the homosexual lifestyle and also same-sex marriage. About 20 years later, this percentage dropped and 30% support same-sex marriage has been consistently increasing. So which implies we are seeing more young men or young women becoming either gay, lesbians, or transgender, or so on. This shouldn't take us by surprise. Part of the reason for that is because this has been done particularly in the educational system, but it is now merging. Even the LGBT community, the Francisco, let me make sure I get that correct. San Francisco Gay Men Choir had put out a video a couple months ago. And listen very carefully to what they say. I did do a little reaction to this one, but I'm gonna see if I can, let me put that on your screen here. I want you to hear what they say in this video about what they're gonna do to the children. Now listen to this.
As we celebrate Pride and the progress we've made over these past years, there's still work to be done. So to those of you out there who are still working against equal rights, we have a message for you. You think we're sinful? You fight against our rights. You say we all lead lives you can't respect. But you're just frightened You think that we'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct.
Did you hear what he said? Just this one, you're correct. You think we're gonna come and destroy and corrupt your children? Oh, you're correct about this one. Look what they went on to say in the song.
We'll convert your children. Happens bit by bit, quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it.
All right, I could say so much more. Maybe I could do another reaction video to this one, but that speaks for itself. So in other words, the gay community is very loud and bold about what they're doing. They're not hiding anything. They tell you, we are going to convert your children. It's happening bit by bit, quietly and suddenly. You won't even notice what's happening. And guess what? When they put out this video, so many people went crazy and say, what in the world you guys are doing and talking about? And some people, and they actually came back with a comment and say, we were just playing. It's just tongue in cheek. We didn't mean anything by it. It was all a joke. What, is it a joke, really? They have been doing exactly that. They're not lying here. Yeah, the song may be a joke, but guess what? The agenda is not. So this is what they're doing. So they want to destroy and convert your children. They want to corrupt them bit by bit, turning them into little gay men, little gay girl, homosexuals, transgender. They want to confuse them sexually. That is a goal. Now, when I went on the lips of TikTok, which has been a big talk here now, what you're seeing is that these videos that have been uploaded on this platform here, not by the lips of TikTok, these were TikTok members who just decided to put their message out, and all this person does is just collecting them and putting them on their page. And I think it's a very intelligent move, by the way, although she has gotten a lot of backslash from that. But what's happening, a lot of educators, a lot of teachers are coming out publicly saying, we are trying to convert your children. We're teaching them about sexual things, about their private parts in their classroom. Do we send our children to school to be educated sexually? Isn't this our job as parents to talk to them about that? But these teachers are feeling the need of sexualizing your young babies, 4 years old and older. It is disturbing. Now, listen carefully to this one here.
Here's a developmentally appropriate way to talk to toddlers about bodies and gender. You know the body parts that your diaper or your panties or your underwear cover? Those are called privates. Everyone has privates. Private means that they belong to you and only you. In the front, everybody has genitals, but there are different kinds of genitals. Some genitals are called a penis. Some are called a vulva. Others look maybe a little bit like each in some ways, or kind of like neither, or somewhere in between. People with those kind of genitals are called intersex.
You see, this is the problem.
When babies are born.
So we are confusing our children with all these silly talks, and we think this is normal. They even have books there to help pushing the agenda. And yeah, man, it's a lot of weird stuff going on this platform here. Children in classroom with your what LGBT agenda, right? So they are brainwashing the children at a young age. This is a movement, guys, and it is happening, and it is growing, and it is very powerful and effective, okay, especially to the minds of the young. So what do we do? What do we do as parents? Do we sit back and allow this to go on? Do we have a duty and responsibility to help our young sons and daughters? Whether you are a Christian or not, some of you believe that something's wrong with this movement, and whatever is behind that, it's not good, and it's not helping our youth at all. Recently, I heard a testimony from my wife, and she told me we need to be praying for this guy because this man just came out of prison, came to discover that his son has become gay. Right, he's become a homosexual, and he not a gay. He becomes a trans, and he's actually going through the process now of puberty blockers, hormones, and all these crazy things that he's taking, all these pills. He is literally turning himself over into becoming a girl. The father was furious, you know. no, this is not right. That's not the boy that I have. I love my son. Something went wrong. I want my boy back. And he's having a hard time. And what was crazy about it, the state, the state supports this so much that the father has no say. They even said to the father, you need to agree with this, or else. The son wants to turn over to become a girl, a trans, you better not stand in his way. That's what they told him. This father was heartbroken. He came to my wife and other friends of ours. He's asking for prayer because he realized this is way too much. And by the way, the mother, she's not doing too well herself. She's hooked up on drugs, so she's no help. So this father is trying to save her boy, but the state is coming in there saying, you need to invest in this. We are putting money out. This boy needs to become a trans. That's what his feelings are telling him. Therefore, as a father, you need to back him up. Really? So this is what we're talking about here. So this is a movement. It is backed up by the state. There's a lot of other corruption involved in that as well. So what do we do? Now, first of all, look at this very quickly, guys. The first counsel I'm going to share with you right now. Let me share my screen with you once again. The first counsel I would like to share with you right now is this one. Number one, invest in your children. Invest in them. Do not allow the world to raise your children for you. Invest in them. I know it's difficult for some of us who are holding and working 2 different jobs and everything. That's not very easy, but we gotta figure out something out as a father or as a mother. Particularly, I want to speak to the fathers. A lot of what's happening in our homes with these young boys becoming girl, the confusion that's taking place, it is because a lot of our sons and daughters are missing their dad. Did you hear what I say? They are missing their fathers. They need a father figure. They need the presence of a male. They need you here, not just making money, not just doing it big, not just doing great things for the world. And the world is amazed by your skills. That's fine. But guess what? Your sons and your daughters are missing you. They need you home. They need you to care. They need you to love. They need you to invest in them, be interested in them, become part of their world. What do I mean by that? Take your son out, play some basketball with him, take him out to the park, show him that you care, show him that you are there, show him that you love. Do those things that you can do as a father. Don't neglect your sons and daughters. And I say the same for mothers as well. So if you really want to address this issue, you need to put more of yourself invested in them. And the second thing I'm going to share with you is this one. Have the conversation early. Have the conversation. Talk to your sons and your daughters about what's happening sexually. Now, this shouldn't be happening at the age of 4, but since we live in a world today where this conversation already happening with these educators and everything, and those teachers in our schools, they're already doing it. They go ahead of us and indoctrinating these children sexually and confusing them. So we have a duty now to almost be proactive. We have to be proactive and begin to have this conversation even sooner than we would have had them. Well, we have to do it in a way that they can understand. Have the conversation with them. Tell them the truth about sexuality. Tell them the truth about homosexuality, how it is come, where it came from, and all that. First of all, you need to educate yourself and understand what you're talking about so you can educate them about the truth as well. You do not want to corrupt them either, as many parents are doing now. So have the conversation, talk to them about it, and let them know what God expects from them. Let them know what the truth really is. Let them know about true science and true biology, not the twisted version of what we have today. The third thing I would like to say is keep watch over them. Don't be gullible. Don't be so laid back and so busy and so wrapped up on your iPhone, on your business, and you are not watching over your children. When I say keep watch over them, that means, listen, man, get into their iPods, get into their iPhones. As a matter of fact, if they are too young, they shouldn't even own those devices. At home, we try. Listen, they don't get it till they turn 14. We don't play that over here at home. I have an 11-year-old boy who was like trying. I was gonna give him a cell phone, but I tested him with the iPod. I realized what he did, and I'm like, "You're not ready." You're not ready. We took the iPod and we say no cell phone. You need to wait. So now he gets a basketball. So I'm saying is this, guys, let's not be gullible. Keep watch over your children. A lot of what's happening in the LGBT community here, why a lot of these young kids are becoming gay, I will counter you. I will suggest you to go listen to the testimony of Helena. She showed up on Tucker Carlson show. Very impressive, very intelligent, very well spoken young lady. I'm thinking about doing a reaction video to her. 23-year-old woman on Tucker. I regret transitioning as a teen. So this young lady came to the point of her life where she said, I'm done of it. I'm gonna put a link of this because she realized she wasn't happy. The life that she was living as a suppose a trans male, trans female, became a male, whatever, wasn't really something that made her happy. So she went backward, and when you listen to the testimony of what she said, a lot of it had to do with what was happening on social media. A lot of it had to do with what was happening on those discussions online. So that means protecting your children, keeping watch over them, also means be aware of what's happening on their iPhones, on the platforms that they are in. If you don't even allow certain things for them to be on certain social media platforms until a certain age, that they can handle what's going on there, because a lot of the homosexual agenda stuff is coming through their phone screen. It is a learned behavior as well. It is educational, and the homosexual community actually understands this. That's why they sing the song "We'll Convert Your Children." We're gonna come get them bit by bit, quietly and suddenly, and you won't even notice it. So this is intentional. They want to do this to your children, and they're gonna use the technology to do it. They even say it in the song. So you got a job to do to help protecting your sons and your daughters. Keep them away from this technology until you feel confident enough that they can manage. It's okay for them to have a phone, but you can get phones nowadays with no internet, no Facebook. There is possible you can get a phone where you can just text and call. There are some phones that don't even allow you to send pictures of text messages. It is there. So we can get these things in their hands and pull them away from the social network of what's going on out there. It is corrupting our kids, and we got to be proactive. Last but not least, and I don't want to be overly spiritual here, it is good to follow these steps. And I said, invest in them, have the conversation, and third, keep watch over them, the things that they watch, what they're doing, who they're hanging out with, who are their friends. Be on top of them. Be on top of them. Know and understand and have those conversation, friends. Talk to them and understand what's going on in their world. And four, last but not least, pray for them. I'm telling you something. Hey, take it from a man of God, take it from a minister, take it from a father. Pray over your sons and daughters. If you think this is I'm gonna be good enough, nice enough, and I'm hoping for the best kind of thing. No, you need to cry out to God. This stuff is spiritual. What you see taking place among our youth is not normal. There is a demonic force. There is a spirit behind the LGBT community. It is there. And spiritual minded people, we know it. We know what's going on here. This is not normal. So this is why we need to be praying for our sons and daughters. We need to lift them up before God. We need to pray for them in the morning. Pray over their head. Anoint them if you have to. Cry out to God that the Lord will keep them from evil, that the Lord will protect them from the spirit that is out there in the world trying to convert and destroy and confuse them sexually. Pray for your children. Listen to this. God says this, thus saith the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the hosts of the terrible shall be delivered. I will contend with him that contendeth with thee. What did he say? I will save your children. What are we supposed to do with God? We need to contend with God. We need to wrestle. That means you need to pray. Fight on your knees for your little ones. Pray for them. Pray for them. It's more than psychological. It's more than emotional. This stuff is spiritual. You need to pray. because God has a way of keeping the forces of evil out of their hearts. And God promises that he will save your children. Much more could be said, but I want to end it right here. Friends, you done heard enough. And I will highly counsel you and suggest you, if you don't know how to pray and you're looking for help to pray, go over to my Luke and Live Bible Studies page. Listen, go over there. There's a lot going on here. We're uploading videos on a weekly basis, Bible studies going on. And I have a study coming up actually next week on prayer. We're going to be talking about how to pray, what to pray for, how to approach God and get him to move mightily on your behalf. And every Sunday morning Bible studies are being uploaded on the same channel as well. So if you can't make it to the morning studies, you can at least go on that channel and get the substance. We have a class that's doing good and people are learning and growing. Friends, I would encourage you, learn these spiritual things and begin to pray for your loved ones, your children whom you love. Anyway, enough being said, but I'll tell you something, friends. We cannot be gullible in this age. There is a spirit that is out to destroy our children. Mothers and fathers, be on your watch, be on your guard, invest, keep watch over what's going on in your home. Have the conversation early. Before they have it with them, have that conversation with your own children in a way that they can understand it, in a way that could help them to benefit from that talk. But even more, get on your knees, pray, claim the promises of God for them. Pray in the morning, pray in the afternoon, pray in the evening. Lift them up before the throne of God, and God is going to bless you, is going to keep you, is going to watch over them. Enough being said, thank you for listening. I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. Until next time, look unto Jesus. Live by faith. Have a good one. Bye.